Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey, everyone.
So far in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it seems like we've had two Captain Americas, or at least two main Captain Americas that have fully taken on the full-on moniker, at least up until we eventually, more than likely, see Sam Wilson take on the role. But right away, one of the really interesting things that Marvel has done is utilize the character John Walker in a very interesting contrast to Steve Rogers, so that the legacy of what makes Captain America becomes more clear, and what type of values belong to the person who takes on the role, and why that is important for who can take on the Captain America title. And over the course of the Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's been amazing to see some really awesome callbacks and allusions, along with other types of side-by-side comparisons that they pretty much created with this show to showcase all the reasons why John Walker isn't Steve Rogers. And we can see how some of the values that Steve Rogers had are nowhere close to some of the values that John Walker had, and it's really cool to look at these moments side by side. For instance, a really subtle reference and homage to this is just in general how Steve Rogers always introduced himself. He always looked at himself as a normal person and never thought of himself any better than anyone else just because he was Captain America. He would always introduce himself as Steve Rogers.
Sam Wilson.
Steve Rogers.
I kind of put that together.
I am Groot!
I am Steve Rogers.
I am Captain America. Senator, I am Captain America.
And then you look at the contrast, and we can very easily see how John Walker really demands respect just because of the title given to him and not really of the person that he is. We even know that Steve Rogers kind of would talk about his upbringing, being like he's just a kid from Brooklyn, versus John Walker almost trying to use the Captain America moniker to bully his way into getting more information.
A mandate.
I understand that! I understand that! I lived my life by your mandates. I dedicated my life to your mandate. I only ever did what you asked of me, what you told me to be and trained me to do, and I did it.
That shield doesn't belong to you.
We even see this adamant, stubborn side of him even when they strip away the title of Captain America from John Walker, where he kind of reiterates that he is this person. Not something that Steve Rogers would do, where when things seemed to go against him, he just walked away from the role until much later on.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Another thing that's really interesting is in that first Captain America movie, we do get a little snippet of storytelling that explains why we see Steve Rogers chosen to take on the Captain America role and to get the super serum. And we kind of see how some of these values and being able to control who they are as a person and being a good man was more important than being the perfect soldier. And that's why Steve Rogers was chosen for the job. And interestingly enough, we can kind of contrast that to all of the backstory we have with John Walker, where it seemed like, for the most part, the reason he was picked was mostly because he survived some very intense situations in the army, even if it didn't necessarily feel like he was doing the right thing. There's a lot more ambiguity around what type of person he really is.
This is why you were chosen. Because a strong man who has known power all his life may lose respect for that power, but a weak man knows the value of strength and knows compassion.
Must promise me one thing.
is that you will stay who you are.
It is with great honor that we announce here today that the United States of America has a new hero. Join me in welcoming your new Captain America.
It's the greatest honor of my life. But I'm just a little shocked, I think. How did a guy like me end up here?
Oh, wait. A guy like me, somebody's being a bit too humble. Government did a study of your body at MIT, and you tested off the charts in every measurable category. Speed, endurance, intelligence.
Look. Did you know Steve Rogers?
Well, I was 2 years out of West Point.
Similarly enough, we can see how Steve Rogers has self-control. For instance, in the very intense back and forth battle between Tony Stark and Steve Rogers plus Bucky, we do see a very intense battle, and at the end of the day, Steve Rogers is motivated by trying to save his best friend and being there for his best friend, though he still holds restraint once he's defeated Tony Stark and is able to stop himself from just killing Tony Stark outright. Very obviously, this is a big contrast to what we see in The Falcon and Winter Soldier, when very similarly, John Walker is motivated by the death of his best friend, but isn't able to show that same restraint. And coming from the same moment, we can see Steve Rogers is willing to walk away from the shield if he was called out on it. Just like how Tony Stark yelled at him that the shield doesn't belong to him, he just leaves it behind and moves on. Where John Walker, when they try to confiscate his shield, he goes off to make his own shield because he believes that that's a part of who his identity really is. There's a few other little nuances as well. For instance, John Walker is a little bit more aggressive. He uses a lot looser language, willing to swear a little bit here and there. And if you remember from Avengers Age of Ultron, we do have that iconic moment where Steve Rogers gets teased a little bit because he calls out Tony on his language.
Language.
At long last is lasting a little long, boys.
No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language.
I know.
Find the scepter. And for gosh sake, watch your language.
That's not going away anytime soon.
And there were those little subtle hints that were planted along the way in the first few episodes of The Falcon and Winter Soldier that kind of led the pathway or foreshadowed some of the things we would see from this new version of Captain America with the John Walker moniker. Now, of course, this has been one of the most interesting and most unique storytelling approaches we've seen from the MCU, where we really see a humanized character like John Walker, and Wyatt Russell does an outstanding job playing this character and adding so much depth to this character and creating someone who is complex and conflicted at the same time, and it's something we definitely really appreciate.
Do you know who I am?
Yes, I do, and I don't care.
All right, we're all clear here.
We are not clear! We are very not clear!
Don't say it. Don't you say it.
Left.
Come on!
Secure Channel 7.
7 secure. Did you do anything fun Saturday night?
Well, all the guys from my barbershop quartet are dead, so no, not really.
But first, we wanted to give a quick reminder. We do have a really awesome Instagram page that updates you guys on everything happening Marvel immediately. So if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, check it out, link in the description. There's also a ton of really awesome memes and other things that are posted on there. So make sure you guys are following that page. And let's go ahead and jump into this story. But we would love to turn this around to you guys. What do you think of John Walker as Captain America? Do you think that they use this character in the right way to set up the future of who carries that shield down the road? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this uploaded every day of the week. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video.